All right, so today on the Agent Attraction Fast Start call, we're going to dive into tools, systems. I was saying this a minute ago that you guys write this down if you have a pen. I've probably said this before, and even if you've heard it 1,000 times, duplicatable systems bring duplicatable results. Write that down. Duplicatable systems bring duplicatable results. Eric Egan's nodding his head. When you're done writing, give me a thumbs up. Tell me if you agree with that, right? How many of you are actual real estate agents? You've worked with a buyer or a seller in your life? Raise your hand. Okay, everybody almost. All right, cool. Except for JG, who's still writing, but I guarantee he's worked with a buyer or seller. All right, cool. All right, so how many of you are people that like to wing it? Be honest with me. You like to wing it, or you wung it, okay? Got a few of you will admit to that. More of you like to wing it than you're raising your hand. And you say, I don't have a system. I don't do it. I'm gonna do what I want. No one puts baby in a corner, right? Dirty Dancing reference, those of you like Dirty Dancing. No one puts baby in a corner. I guarantee you, those of you who get success actually do the same thing every time. You just have it so internalized that you feel like you're winging it. You're not winging it if you're getting the same results. But if you're someone who goes in and like sometimes it goes really well, and sometimes you're like, that tanked. Anyone have a listing appointment that tanked? Like just totally tanked, okay? And if you've done enough recruitment, how many of you have had a recruitment appointment that tanked? Okay? I've been on a few of them. I can tell you some stories. That's a whole set. We should do a call, Mike. We should make a note of that. We should do a call about recruitment horror stories. Oh man, there's been some bad ones. That's how I've learned a lot of this stuff. All right, so if you've been on one that tanked, I want to give you guys systems today, actual tools, duplicatable tools in the next 30 minutes. You will know how to wave your magic wand. So when you're in front of a really good potential person for EXP, a brand new agent who you just really like, or an experienced agent who sells a ton of houses and it's super influential, or a broker owner that's got like 60 people in their brokerage. You're like, did you know that would change my life to sponsor this person? Yes, it would change your life to sponsor that person with 60 agents. So I want to bring your stress threshold down and give you real tools. Mike and I are going to bounce back and forth, and we'll go through some of these things. Sound like a plan?
Boom.
All right, tools. My last analogy with tools, I've given this to you before, but in case you've never heard it, has anyone not heard me talk about building IKEA furniture with a dead cat? Raise your hand. You haven't heard it? All right, so I'm going to tell it real quick. It's my favorite. This came from my whacked out mind. I'm telling you right now. Usually I steal things from different people. This one I just made up one day. So this is why how I want you to envision tools. Someone come off mute who's built a piece of IKEA furniture. Someone besides Mike Bjorkman. Anyone else here? Ken? All right, come off mute.
Yeah, I've done all kinds of stuff.
All right, cool. So let's just say, Ken, that you get this thing from IKEA. You're trying to build like this 6-drawer thing. It's got 6 different drawers. It's like as tall as you are, and you're super excited about it, right? You open up the IKEA package. It's got that white instruction manual with the little cartoon drawings. You look at the front of the manual, and it shows you the tools you need. It's got a little picture of it. And the tools you need to build this cabinet, you need a screwdriver and the Allen wrench that came with it. And you look at your toolbox, you're like, I got the Allen wrench, got a toolbox. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty good. I just put a motor behind each of my tools, and I'm off.
You're good. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, same piece of IKEA furniture. You're still excited. And you open up your toolbox, and you look in your toolbox, and there's a half-eaten moldy sandwich and a dead cat. And you're like, first of all, I don't know why there's a dead cat in the toolbox, because that's just gross, okay? This is why it sticks with you, because I want you to remember this visual, guys. You will never forget Jesse talking about this dead cat in the toolbox. So you're like, you know what? The dead cat's useless. I probably should go bury it properly. But I'm going to take the moldy sandwich, and I'm going to shove it into the wood pieces to build this dresser. I'm going to stick it together with this moldy sandwich. How you feeling right now?
Not too good.
No. You ain't going to build that drawer, no matter what.
No, ain't going to happen.
Okay. That is what I want you to pay attention to for the next 20 minutes. We're going to give you the tools so you can actually build with a screwdriver and a pencil sharp, whatever, and not try to use the moldy sandwich you guys have been trying to cram down people's throats, which isn't working. It's not. Stop vomiting EXP on people. Those of you who are doing that. Those of you who are not vomiting it, good for you. Okay? All right, so the first tools that we want to go over, that this is for me, and then Mike, you can think of what you want to go to second. My first tool that I love are the videos. How many of you have watched an EXP video this week? Raise your hand. Love it. How many of you watched an EXP video today? Raise your hand. Other than this webinar. Love it. And now those of you put your hands back up. If you have watched the EXP video this week, keep your hands up. How many of you watched it with a potential person joining EXP? Keep your hand up. All right. So here's a cool trick. It's really important to start watching EXP videos on a regular basis. You already know that. You're doing it. If you're going to spend the time to do it, you want to be efficient because you're busy people. You're still selling houses. You still have families and things you like to do. Just watch it with someone else who could join the company. Isn't that fun? Right? If you're going to watch it anyway, just go find someone to watch it with them at the same time. Now you're multitasking. You're recruiting and you're learning. You're building your faith, right? So here's the videos I like. I'm going to pull up a list here. And Mike, I want you to pull up your Mike's vids list on your side. We're going to bounce back and forth some of our favorite videos. All right, so there's not a one-size-fits-all video. I think if you forced me into a corner and said you could only play one video, so let's say you're already at the point now where you've gotten someone who is ready to go. They're like, I want to learn about EXP, or I'm kind of curious on EXP. Mike's going to give you the scripts back at the beginning that we're talking about later for how to get them to that point. But let's say they're already there. And you're like, hey, why don't you just watch this webinar with me? They're like, cool, I'll watch a webinar with you. What are you going to show them? And it's based on personality style, experience, so many things. I think the one size fits all that's good for 80, 90% of the people. Mike, you know what my guess is going to be?
Modelexplain.com.
There it is, the modelexplain.com. You've seen it, you know it, maybe you don't like it. Go back and watch it again. I'll tell you why. So I'm going to share the screen again so you can see it with audio. I want to click play. Because this, by
Put
the
the
way,
link in the chat.
Yep, we'll throw the link in the chat. It is the modelexplained.com. The modelexplained.com. It is the Brent Gove, newest Brent Gove video. Last update was like March of 2020. This is being recorded September 2020, so it's still fairly recent stats. They'll probably update it again soon. When I get on Zoom with someone to watch this, so let's say, let me show you how I'm going to set it up. Who wants to role play with me? Who wants to be my potential EXP person? Chris. All right, Chris, come off mute. I saw your hand first.
Okay.
All right, so let's say I know Chris medium well, like the way like you like your burger, like medium well, and I don't know how we know each other. It doesn't even matter. I talked to you last week, and I got you curious, and we can cover scripts in a whole separate episode. You can go back to watch that webinar on scripts. Mike's going to tell you something today, but like I've used the script, whatever I said, that made Chris curious. He's like, yeah, Jesse, I'll check out this thing you want me to check out. Maybe he knows it's EXP, maybe he doesn't. So we're going to get here, and I'm going to join on. We just jumped on Zoom. Hey, Chris, how's it going, dude?
I'm doing well. How are you, Jesse?
I'm really good, man. It's pretty crazy out there with all the fires, and I'm in California. It's pretty crazy with all the fires. But where are you?
I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Okay, cool. And of course, I'd know he's in Dallas if I would have booked the appointment. All right, so you're in Dallas. Cool. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I know your time's busy. How much time do you block off for this?
For half an hour. Is that enough?
Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. All right. So here's what I want to do. I'm obsessed with the webinar I'm about to show you. Okay, like absolutely obsessed. I watch it at least once a week. Sometimes I even watch it once a day. I want to give you 2 pieces of homework while you're watching it. While we're going, will you do me a favor? Write down anything you like and write down any questions you have. And then at the end, if we have time, we'll answer some of the questions. Sound good?
Perfect.
Okay. Sometimes I will give a little disclaimer of if I know they've been like hit up by EXP a bunch of times, I will give a little bit to soften and take off the pressure before I click play. But usually I try to say as little as possible. As Rob Flick says, if you've said anything, you've said too much. So you guys caught the 2 things of homework I gave him. I didn't say watch this and rip it apart. I said write down anything you like and any questions you have. I say the same thing every time. It's a system. When I book the appointment with Chris, I probably told him if he was someone who's above me in stature, I probably said, dude, jump on a webinar, rip this thing apart for me, man. I want to know, because I want to get him on. Once he's there, I'm not putting him in the frame of mind. Do I need to go clarify state of mind, guys, or do you understand why that affects how he's about to view this thing? Good?
Yep.
Okay. So he's in a state of mind to look for what he likes. And I'm going to go on Zoom. I click share screen because I do this on Zoom. And in the little box on Zoom that says the lower left, it says share computer sound. I check that box, make sure you practice this before you're in real life. And I click share. And then I stay here on camera and I do this. Can you hear that okay?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Brent Gove, and I'm excited to be here to tell you about EXP. Now, before I break down the model and show you how it works, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background. I promise to be brief. I was 12 years at Remax, 8 years at...
All right, I'm going to pause it because if you haven't watched it, go watch it on your own. Watch it again.
Hey, Jesse, question for you.
Yeah?
Who's this Brent Gove dude?
Are we doing the role play or real life?
Yeah, no, role play. I know Brent.
Well, if it was role play, I wouldn't shut it off. If it was role play, I wouldn't let it roll. I wouldn't set a thing because that's what I was going to ask. Did anyone notice my face on the screen? Because when I was on your screen on Zoom, could you guys still see me while that video was playing in a little box? No, Eric couldn't see it, but most of you could see me, right? Depending on what type of device you're on. This is why you want people to watch these videos on a computer, not a cell phone. You want them on a computer because then they can still see you and see them. Anyone notice what I did when that video was playing? I can do it again if you want. Michael,
Do it
Henry,
again.
You were just focused on it.
I was focused on it. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do this. Reading books. Oh man, I should really like read a book or something. Like, I don't care if I've watched this thing 60 flipping times, dude. I am engaged and watching it with them because what am I showing them? I'm giving them the signal that this is important. You need to watch it also. It's why I watch it with them. I'm gonna let that
Important
sink
to
in.
you, it's important to them.
Right. Because I've done this wrong, guys. You know how I've done it before? I've done this. I turn on the video and I shut off my camera. And you know what happens?
Multitasking, can't imagine it.
You know what happens about 5 minutes later? They shut off their camera. And you know what happens when they shut off their camera, guys? I'm right now folding laundry, cooking dinner, and driving a semi while leading this call. You don't even know it because the camera's off. You can't tell it's on Zoom. Oh, no, I'm still here. Just kidding. But you get that? This is a system. I do, like, those of you who are like, I don't like your systems. I'm a lone wolf. I'm going to do what I want. As long as you're getting results, go do it. Because Mike's got a different approach than me. Mike, do you ever watch videos with people or do you just send a link?
Pretty much every time. And there's two, I look for people's hot buttons, right? And by the way, to make a hilarious joke, I had a huge agent my first time I did this. I said, let's watch the video together. And I not only turned my camera off, but I hit mute. It muted the other side. I came back 10 minutes later for making myself some food downstairs and they were gone. So I call them up, I'm like, hey, what happened? They're like, I couldn't hear anything and you disappeared. So I was like, okay, can we have a redo of that? So then I did it the right way. And just till today, I learned how to share the audio to a different TV. So I've never had to share the audio before, Jesse. So that's new to me. So I might have to practice with you. So here's what I do. I find their hot buttons, right? Like, hey, what have you heard about EXP that you love? What do you not like about it? Or what do you just don't understand? Most of the people want to understand revenue share. So under that mikesvids.com is a section that I took out of Gene Frederick explaining revenue share, right? It's 8 minutes long. And I say, do you have 8 minutes? Because I'm going to show you somebody who's making $600,000 a month explain revenue share. And I wish I could explain it that good. Can I hit play? It just says Gene Frederick quick or something like that. Yeah, 8 minutes right there. That one. So he explains it way better than I can. So that's what I use, and I encourage everybody to use that too. The other one that Jesse finally got me to use is when they want to talk about, you know, residual cash flow and they don't quite wrap their head around the model. I will play the 3 napkins video, and it's the same thing because it's Gene Frederick, right? So
which three napkins? This is where I want to go nitty gritty with tools, guys, because if you look at this link I put in here, it's mikesvids.com, and these live in multiple places. We have brentgove.com, which has videos. I can give you all sorts of sites of more video after video. This site ain't pretty. It's just a list of videos that, like, we threw it up and we never changed it, right? It's just
we need to update it too.
We will update it, and it's on my list. But when you say you're playing 3 napkins, are you playing number 4 on the screen right here, Gene Frederick? This 3 napkins from this event right here. I'll show you.
It's from Vegas is the one that that's the one I'm playing.
Okay, so this one on the screen. So let's talk about this cool, because this was my first favorite tool, guys. This was like, let's see, Michael Henry said, I noticed from my laptop that the window with Brent and the video is smaller than the screen. Wondering if you could have maximized it from your end. I don't know, Michael.
Yeah, you can. I do it. I maximize it to take the whole screen up.
Right, but on my, but can I control it on the other person's side?
No,
Like
but when you make it big, it'll make it big on their screen too.
Here, so tell me, Michael, this is fixing it. So let's do it. So, oh, I know what you're talking about. Right. You're saying here, like, do this. Yeah. Is that what you mean, Michael Henry?
Exactly.
Yes. And that's what I will do when it's, I forgot to do that with the model explain. So thank you for fixing that. Really good point, guys. That's what he's talking about. Hold on.
And the best part of that video, if you pay attention, you could see me on the floor laying down, filming up at him. That's somebody else filming because mine came out so bad.
But Michael's right. Thank you, Michael. So as part of our step, if you were writing out a standard operating procedure, before you click play on the model explain, click this little button right here, enter full screen mode, and then do that.
Keller Williams. And the last 3 years I've been in EXP, so I've been doing this 23 years.
That's why we do this live and not pre-recorded, so Michael can find my mistakes. Okay, I like it.
You can see the text, you know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no.
how did you do that again? You were really quick through that, Jesse.
Let
So
me go back and
if
do
I
this
maximize it
slow.
on my screen and maximize it on theirs?
Yeah,
No
hold on.
different than maximizing a YouTube video, guys.
Yes. So watch. Let me just do this slowly for those of you that are
Like
in the
me.
cheap seat. Those of you in the cheap seats, the nosebleeds, right? Let's make sure you can see it. So I went to the modelexplain.com, and it looks just like this. I click play on the video. It starts playing. I'm gonna let it roll for a second so we can test this. So we can test the audio. I say, can you hear that? Okay. You say yes, because sometimes the audio doesn't work. And then before I click play again, I'm going to click the maximize button, which is in the lower right-hand corner. These 4 little arrow boxy doodles, which say enter full screen mode. This is not a trans-dimensional warp, Ken. No matter what is in your system, it is really just a expand screen, right?
All right, you're killing the podcast with something so simple. Let's move on.
It's not, dude.
It's that simple.
It's no for you who is a high D watch, and this is personality style lesson. For Mike, he's like, whatever, doesn't matter. You can just vomit on the screen, it's fine. But it does matter, because to some people, the experience is going to change it. And there's people on here who are detail oriented and be like, I won't press play on the video because it doesn't look right. Now everyone can do it. I'm serious. So thank you, Michael. And Mike's going to die. It's okay. We're moving on. So back to 3 napkins.
Hey,
We're listening to this podcast later. I swear
Killing
to
the
God.
experience for whom?
For Mike, we ruined Mike's day. Sorry, Mike. All right.
I
So
have a question for you guys.
yes.
Y'all not do webinars? Y'all do videos totally instead of webinars?
You mean live webinars?
Yes.
That is a tool as well. I love live webinars. I'm starting with the easiest tool that everyone should have in their toolbox. If you've never built anything in your life, you probably have a screwdriver in your house. I'm showing you screwdrivers right now.
Got
Okay.
it.
This is the easiest thing that even if you will like, some of you are going to go deep. Like if you're on this call, if you're watching this recording, it's because you want to master agent attraction. It's because you understand it's a massive income source and an opportunity that we have never had before. I'm starting at the basics because you got to master this, right? And these are, I still use this stuff. So does Mike. So this next video, I have literally watched 100 times. This is the Legend Gene Fredericks 3 napkins. If you're looking at the Mike's vids list, it is number 4. This is Gene Fredericks 3 napkins. This is Jesse's fave, because there's a lot of different versions of 3 napkins. This thing is shot in Las Vegas on someone holding this camera. The audio sucks. Like, I still love it because it's not, he's not selling. He's explaining the current EXP agents exactly what, you know, how to do this. So check this out for a sec.
Every single time. By the way, I invented it 4 years ago. I've been using it ever since. Because I really believe in my heart, we're a change agent for brokerage.
All right, so stop there. I'm going to pull up a script to show you what to say before you play this thing. This video is not for everyone. I used to think this video was for everyone. And then Mike was like, I hate it. And some other people were like, I don't really like it. Who is this video good for? Someone tell me.
Analytical's good.
Analytical is good. How about organization builders? All of you on the screen, have you watched 3 napkins before? Does it resonate with you? Craig says no. Some of you say yes. So it's not even all organization builders. It's only some organization builders. Okay? Look at that, guys. I thought this was the right one to use for everybody until I realized there's a bunch of videos. So now you've got the model explained, which is great for agents, most broker owners. I go to 3 napkins. And if you just alternate between those two, you'll cover most people. Now we can go to live, because Mike, do you have any other videos because there's 1,000 videos. I want to cover one more video, but what other videos do you want to make sure we cover?
Oh, dude. Eric just put the better one in. I've been looking for that one forever.
Let's check it out.
It's landscape. The audio quality is 10 times better, and it's a couple minutes
Dude,
short.
thank you so
You need
much.
to
I've
swap
been
those out
looking
for
for
sure.
that for so long.
Yeah.
All right, so
cool.
Mike's vids is now updated with that one. There you go. All right, thank you, Eric Egan. How do I share a video? Sean says, how do I share a video with someone on Zoom so they can see me engage while it's playing? It'll drive Mike Bjorkman nuts if I do that live right now. So I would say check Google or YouTube for a tutorial on it. But no, in all seriousness, there's a share of screen button and you just check the box and it's part of Zoom. If you play with it with someone else, like you have someone else on camera with you, if you guys go in different rooms and get Zoom running on 2 computers, you'll figure it out pretty quick. Super easy. Just play with it.
Green button at the bottom.
Yep, green button at the bottom. All right, so the other one that I like lately a lot, Mike, the one that you pulled, that 9-minute or 10-minute clip of Gene Fredericks rev share, I love the full video that's taken from. Do you like that one too?
Yeah, it's my favorite. The only thing is I need to hire somebody to go over the stock part or edit the stock part out. and
Right.
re-upload it because it's when we used to get a 20% discount, not a 10.
Right. So some
The
of the
rest of
information,
the video is perfectly fine.
some of the information is outdated. This is number 3 on the list, Gene Frederick, eXp Realty Explained. So if you just want to explain revenue share down here, this Rev Share Quick, wherever that is, there it is, Gene Frederick Rev Share Quick. I should move that towards the top. That one, this 8 minutes, is pulled out of this one up here, Gene Frederick eXp Realty Explained. So let's open this one up, and it looks like this.
I want you all to try this out for size. I've been with
Eric Keegan's nodding. This is a 56-minute video. How many of you guys have watched this one? And those of you who are super
20 times. So good.
this one is one of my favorites. And so I don't know if you guys heard Jeff Lyons, who was on this webinar talking a few weeks ago. Jeff was an independent brokerage in Indiana, 35 agents. He just converted his entire 35 agent brokerage to EXP, right? Jeff had all his agents enrolled in the idea of EXP. We talked to almost all of them. They're excited. And then we did this webinar and we talked to them as a group, and then a lot of them got unexcited. I don't know what we did. We did something like, whoop, went wrong. But it's also because human beings are not linear. When change really smacks in the face, it's kind of scary. So we were trying to get them back on track. We weren't sure what to do. Jeff found this video, and I have so many videos. I didn't know what tool to use. Jeff's the one who reminded me this is a good one. He said this one. He told his agents, he said, look, if you're on the fence, I know this is a 56-minute webinar I'm asking you to watch, but I'm telling you, you guys trust me and I believe in this company. Watch this webinar and tell me if you don't see what I see. They watched this webinar. This one I'll put back up on the screen. This is the 56-minute version of Gene Frederick from like, I don't know, 2000. It's posted in 2018, but it's probably back way earlier than that. I mean, it's got to be more than 2 years ago. And it's incredible. Eric, you like this one. What do you think of this video?
I think it's amazing. I mean, it's just one of those, like, I put it right up there with the Rob Flick 90-minute rev share. It's just one that every time I watch, I take at least 2 or 3 nuggets back from it.
All right, so we've talked enough about videos. We will move on. Oh, so post the link. Sorry. Whoever needs to see the link, by the way, I'm getting all of these videos from mikesvids.com. There's a list, but let me put this one in the chat. Hold on, so you can get them all from the chat. Hold on. I hear you. There's the last one. That's eXp Realty Explained. Here's the 3 napkins one. Let me put this one in. Actually, let me do including landscape video. If you want to cut and paste out of the chat here. Boop. There you go. And then the model explain we already have at the top. Hopefully you know the model explain. All right, I'm going to give you one script, and then I want to go into webinars and other tools outside of videos. Because really, if you have those 3 videos, you don't need anything else. If you got another favorite you like, oh, there's a 9-minute video. I do want to tell you that one. How many of you guys want a short video? No one ever, no, just me. No one ever wants to talk to someone like, dude, they ain't going to watch a 20-minute video, 30-minute video, okay? There's a 9-minute video that is built into agentbuilderpro.com and CRM Grow. Mike Henry, I know you're using CRM Grow. I'm not an affiliate for them. I make $0 if you use them. It's just an EXP agent that built a CRM. It is CRM Grow. We're going to do a whole call in 2 weeks. See, Mike, why I said we need a whole call on CRMs, by the way? Can't do it today. We're going to do a whole call on a CRM. Let me show you guys this. Okay. Here's crmgrow.com. Maybe we'll have the guy who made this on here so he can walk me through it because I'm really getting into this one. Mike likes KV Core. But inside CRM Grow is the same videos as Agent Builder Pro. Here's eXp Realty Explained in 9 minutes.
Welcome to eXp Realty. The following is an overview of one of the most innovative real estate brokerage models today. A global community designed, powered, and owned by our agents and partners, transforming the real estate experience. All
right. So you can find that. If you don't have that video yourself, by the way, and you know me, just send me a message on Facebook or text me and I will shoot you a link to it so you can see if you want to buy CRM Grow yourself. Like I said, I don't make a dime. It's $19 a month. I don't make a dime if you buy it. I could care less if you want another tool, that's where that tool comes from. Or I can send you the link, and I don't know if he cares. You can just forward my link around. I'm sure he doesn't want you to do that. So go pay the guy who built it. I don't even know his name. Go pay the guy who built it money because he spent some effort building a rad CRM. All right, let me show you this script, and then we're going to go move on to live webinars. Unless there's any other videos, Mike, you want to cover? No, nothing? All right. Script for inviting people. Check
Sorry,
this
I
out.
was looking for the. Yeah, I could go with videos all day long, but
Yeah,
I
but-
was just looking.
Yeah, but it's okay. Let's go on to another tool outside of videos because I think you get too many videos. So I'm going to copy this link into the chat here, guys. Let's see in chat. Here's this document. All right, so this is the script I'm reading on the screen. This is a script for being a professional inviter. No one has to be a professional recruiter. If you're just starting out, you can be a professional inviter. Here's the script I use for inviting them to watch a webinar with me. I'm not going to go over it today. That's a separate call, but I want to hear Mike's scripts too. Here is what to say directly before you push play on 3-napkin webinar. Ready, Chris? Want to role play with me?
Yes.
Don't say this too early. Only literally a few seconds before you push play and watch it. Ready? All right, so Chris, a little background before I hit play on this webinar. The guy in this webinar is named Gene Frederick. He has helped to build some of the world's largest real estate companies, right? He owns 6 Keller Williams offices. He owned an entire region. He literally brought thousands of agents to Keller Williams, and he's probably one of the best salespeople on the planet. Okay, but in the video we're going to show you, he's not selling in this webinar. He's actually just teaching people how to give a better presentation. And we just get to be like a fly on the wall as we watch. Right now he's making about $6 million a year. So he probably knows what he's doing, right? All right, let's check it out.
Okay, right.
What frame of mind are you in right now?
Intrigued.
I establish credibility, authority. I do all sorts of psychological things in that. You don't have to say what I say word for word.
Caught my attention.
Right. But if I said, hey, Chris, have you eaten lunch yet?
No.
No, I'm kind of hungry. Are you hungry?
Yes, I am. So
Do you have
can we make
coffee
this
in you?
quick?
Do you have any coffee in you, like hot coffee? Will you pour it on your lap or in your face?
What's that?
If you have
No.
coffee in you, hot coffee, like burn yourself, right? Pour it on your lap or in your face, okay? Now we're gonna watch webinar, go.
Okay.
But some of you guys are doing that. You're like, let's put people in this crazy, terrible frame of mind and then make them watch a video. Like, don't do that, people. All right, Mike, what you want to go to a live, talk about live webinars and talk about your scripts you're using for these calls? What do you want to do for the next 10 minutes?
Yeah, so depending on the agent, like, you know, I do a lot of 3-ways, right? So that came out terrible, but somebody I just met in person today sitting next to me, so I was kind of weird. So hi, Lexi.
Moving right along.
So
All right.
a lot of people don't set it up properly. They haven't watched the video, right? And a lot of people, and you shouldn't be, you guys should not be intimidated. Smart, open-minded business people are willing to do research up front. I promise you. I've talked to hundreds and hundreds of agents. Don't ever be afraid to say, hey, watch this 30-minute video before this call. The gentleman that's going to be talking to you is going to ask you questions about this video, which you liked and didn't like, right? Or write down, you know, the questions that it makes you bring up, but at the same time, it's going to answer a lot of questions for you. So that's what you say to people before you set them up on a call with Jesse or myself or anybody in your organization that is a busy person, right? They don't want to. Here's what happens. Half the time they say, I haven't watched the video. I've been so busy. I've been meaning to. And I say, fantastic. One of the benefits of working with me is I can take you through the presentation in about half the time. Would that be beneficial to you? And they say yes, right? So I literally open up my presentation and I'll even do it with you right now. I just go like this. And I say, fantastic. Can you see my screen? They say yes. I open up my PowerPoint and I always try to keep a current version up. This one should probably be updated. And I just start and I go, here's a little bit about me. And we just go right through the presentation for reals. It's just the model explained, but I can do it a little bit faster. And I'm watching them on the screen and I'm asking very specific questions. Like when I'm talking about revenue share, right? I'll explain revenue share and then I'll go to the screen. I'll explain level 1 and I'll say, Jesse, are you getting this? Can you wrap your head around this? Does this make sense? Fantastic. Well, what I'm going to do is show you how much more powerful level 2 is. If you go to past 5 and get 6, and Jesse, if you recruit Eric, you're going to get more. You want to know why? Because we are a very collaborative company, and Glenn Sanford was a genius when he came up with this because it forces us to help different levels and forces us to be collaborative. And then I'll just move on. So when I'm talking to them about stock, I'll explain the stock to them. Do you understand this, right? And then I'll see when they go like this, body language, what does that mean? They want more information, right? And if they're going like this, what am I doing? I'm boring the shit out of them. So I don't want to do that, right?
Mike, I was on a call with someone yesterday. Tell me what this means. He literally did this.
No way. Oh my God. What am I doing? I'm ready to sign.
It was
No.
blowing his mind. Like he literally was like halfway through was like,
Right. So it's okay to do, so that's one of the ways to do a live webinar, right? You're literally online doing it. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, the better you are at it. But here's the other thing. It's okay to plan a EXP explained webinar. Like let's just pretend I'm on a call with my organization, which I do, and I'll say, hey guys, I'm going to do a live EXP explained next Thursday at 12. Tell a friend, invite somebody, build the excitement. We'll create it's just a lunch and learn, but online, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And it's kind of fun to do as a group like this. I did it with a couple agents back east last week, and I was watching the faces and I was learning, and I knew who I was going to help at the end. And I was like, wow, this is really powerful. And the agent doing it didn't even do that good of a job, but we signed up like 3 people right after that. So I was like, yeah. So yes, you should be doing live because you can't always do a lunch and learn, right? Some people are still COVID freaks and some people are just far away. So the people that are far away, bring them into a Zoom and do it live. That is so powerful, you guys. And the fact that you get to ask questions in front of other people and other people get comfortable asking questions, now you have a whole community talking about it. And it's almost a race to get to the end and like, how do we sign up? And then the other people are like, wow, that guy's doing it. Maybe I should do it. So there's nothing wrong with doing a live presentation. And I do them all the time. And you guys should practice them with each other in your organization.
well, let's pause right there because not only is there nothing wrong, but this is the next level of tool. This is why I was organizing it this way. You start with a screwdriver or something really simple. Some of you will never want to learn to do your own presentations. That's okay. You don't need to. That's why I started with the videos. But some of you were like, dude, I want to master all of this, right? You're going to learn. That's why you watch the videos so you can learn to do it yourself. That's why you practice it. That's why you're going to role play it. Be honest. How many of you ever role played a script with a buyer or a seller? Raise your hand. Perfect. So you people will probably role play this agent attraction stuff. I don't mean you people, but like, you know, you people, raise your hand. You people will probably do this. Now, how many of you have never role played a script in your life? Raise your hand. Anyone? No one's raising their hand? Wow, some of you are not being
Power
honest at all.
players on this call.
All right, cool. All right, so if you guys are role playing this stuff, how many of you role play a recruitment appointment or an EXP presentation? You got to start role playing them. Thank you. Darcy's doing it. Darcy's role playing them, right? You got something, Darcy?
Yeah, I want to mention before I start any of these videos or anything like that, one of the things that I have found to be successful lately has been, okay, so in talking about companies, you know, one of the things I love about EXP is there's 3 ways to make money at EXP. There's regular real estate, there's revenue share, and there's stock. So is one of those really intriguing to you, or any of them really confusing to you? And dive right down, because I found when I started going into things, some people that you all know that's above me, all of a sudden they told me, I don't even really understand what stock is. And it took them months to admit this, right? And it blew my mind, because here we are kind of selling different things and people might not have any understanding of a certain part of it, right? So meet them where they are, ask them those questions, and just break it down. Be very linear about it. There's 3 ways to make money.
I love it. And to say the 3 ways again, we have selling houses.
Regular selling houses, we have rev share, and we have stock.
Perfect. So guys, in the context of tools, which is our topic today, those are your tools. Do you want to learn how EXP and our organization is going to help you sell more houses? Yes or no? Go get that true. Right? Do you want to understand how EXP is going to help you make money in a way that you've never had before through revenue share, passive income vehicle? Great, you go this way. How many of you guys want to understand how to have a retirement vehicle in stock? Go that direction. It's like, do you guys know the Choose Your Own Adventure books when you were a kid? Right? Turn to page 67 to get out of the dungeon, turn to page 83 to go climb the mountain. That's what this is. That's why, that was my whole vision for this call today, was to give you the tools so you know where to go. Some of you didn't even have a roadmap. Tracy put into the chat here, and this is about the time we're going to open up for questions. And there's so many more tools we can get to, but this is enough for today. Tracy said, you know, you've been with EXP for 3 years, right? You've listened to a lot of rev share training, but you never really pursued it. And I'm glad you're here today, because she said, all right, so where do I start? So I put a couple links in the chat. We did, and I don't know if these calls are any good or bad, honestly, the links I put in there, because we've gotten better at this whole agent attraction fast start training as we've done. Those of you who've been with us during this journey, have these calls gotten better and better?
Oh God.
So much better. Like I cringe when I look at some of our early calls. Liz is like, yeah. They were wacky at first. Anyway, I think these ones might be okay, Tracy. You can let me know. There's one called 4 Simple Steps to Success that I put in there. Those are the 4 quick steps. And those are really pulled from Brent Gove as a training document on the 4 simple steps. So if you're brand new to Agent Attraction, I'm just going to pull that up because this is where I would tell you to start. And then I put another one in there, which is how do you reach out to your sphere? And reach out to Darcy. There you go. So I'm on Brent's website here, guys. And if you have questions, we're going to open it up for the next 15 minutes to questions. So let's see here. Where is Agent Attraction? So this is brentgove.com. Agent Attraction. Let's check training. These documents keep moving. There you go, right there. Brent's 4 Simple Steps to Success. Click here over the handout. I'll put this link into the chat. This is it, Tracy. And anyone who's new to Agent Attraction. Number 1, make a big list. Number 2, call them and ask their opinion on the new model, right? Number 3, have them watch the model explain or any of the other videos we talked about today. Number 4, get them on a Zoom call with your sponsor or your sponsor's sponsor. That's called a 3-way call. We have a whole separate Agent Attraction podcast on that. And if this is your first one you're watching or first time with us, guys, the recordings are at titaniumagent.com, titaniumagents.com. That's where all the recordings are. So that's Brent Gove's simple thing. Cool? All right. What else you guys got? Questions, Q&A. Mike, we didn't get to your scripts. We'll have to do them next week too.
Jess, what was that site with all of those links that before you clicked on it?
brentgove.com. brentgove.com. That one.
The reason that website is so important, you guys, when you click on the Agent Attraction, it's got 3 of 4 of the most important videos on it. It's got Rob Flick's 90-minute training, which is the end-all be-all for our company. It's got Brent's boot camp, which is really good, but it's also got Jay Kinder's video on how to build and how to structure and a lot of recruiting stuff in there too. So those are 3 of the 4 most important videos. And the 4th video is in our group EXP Pros, and that's my boot camp video tagged to the top. And that one, between those 4, like you could really change your life. If you watch all 4 of those videos once a week for the next 4 weeks, you will be professional. Every script, every thought, everything that Jesse and I talk about on these videos, some idea came from those videos, some script, for reals, like, or it gave us the ideas to come up with our own that work fantastic too, that are all on these recordings at titaniumagents.com. You guys know that Titanium Agents is also a podcast. You should be listening to that during your workouts, during your hikes, whenever you're driving, stop listening to music. And every 30 seconds, Jesse will drop something so good that'll make you rich. So listen to those things.
So Tracy and I are talking in the chat at the same time, by the way. She just said, so we don't have to pay so-and-so, $1,200. By the way, there is starting to be some good Agent Attraction training out there. I know that person you're talking about. They're actually pretty cool. And they have some really good trainings in terms of social media. I don't know if they make Agent Attraction training. All I know is that what we're talking about here, Mike and I are obsessed with this stuff. How many of you guys raise your hand if you are obsessed with Agent Attraction? It's a good thing if you are. Okay. Go back and watch some of our early ones of these podcasts we did. They don't suck like awful, but they ain't good. And I could tell you stories of some of the things that I have done. Has anyone else given a presentation to a Remax office thinking of coming to EXP, dressed in a Batman costume, getting heckled by the agents who frankly hate you? Anyone else do that besides me? Just curious. You can't make that stuff up, by the way. Real story, true story.
It's now on my bucket list, Jesse.
Yeah. Well, Dawn Mowry, who I did that with, is actually already at EXP, so you can't go back and recreate that one. But I did that. I had that experience. It was really no fun. Okay, so I'm telling you these things so that you can start, guys, get obsessed. The feeling you got 10 minutes for the rest of it, it's the top of the hour, so think of any questions you have, but this is what I want you to leave with today. I want you to write this down, get a pen, unless you're driving. Everybody else, write this down. Even if it's so obvious what I'm about to say, I just want you to write this down because this is my goal every week. This is Mike's goal every week. I can do this. If you walk away from this with the feeling that I can do this, it was worth all of our time. If not, book a call with me or Mike or someone in your organization, because if you're not, we put this out there for everybody. This is starting to grow beyond our organization, which is rad. I don't care who you're tied to. I want us all to win. There's 1.2 million realtors in the US, and it's not about money. It's about making an impact in those lives of those agents. This changed my life. Like I already had money in the bank, but this changed my life because last month I woke up and all of my monthly expenses were met before I got out of bed, before I sold a single house. And you can all do that too if you're not there. Some of you are there, some of you are, or some of you are close. But this is like, I'm no different than you, really. I just got really, really obsessed and watched a ridiculous amount of videos, and I practiced a lot because I want to do it fast. That's the only difference between me and you is I'm more obsessed. I'm obsessive, but some of you are too. So congratulations, you're in the right industry. All right, what do you got, questions? Nothing? Stunned silence? Where'd you get stuck this week? Who talked to a prospect and got stuck? Who had a success you want to share? Who has a victory? Tell me stories and things that went well. Who sponsored someone this week? Give me anything. What you got? That's why we do this live. Megan. I got Megan, then Eric. Go ahead, Megan, Eric, then Ken. Go ahead, Megan.
So I had 3 frontline on Monday, and I should have 6 by the end of this week. So that's 3 in a week.
Doubled your business.
Doubled it. So,
Hey.
And also I just want to acknowledge that 3 of my people are on this call and in person in the office watching it. So I'm so excited that that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So many good takeaways in that right there. Here's what I want you guys to write down. Write down this, number 1. If it doesn't duplicate, don't do it. If it doesn't duplicate, don't do it. If you want to build this thing fast, it's easier to build it fast than to build it slow. So Megan's not just here. She can bring on people and said bye-bye. She brought her people, and then her people are on this call. And they're going to go bring people who are going to be on this call. And that's how you build it fast. The other thing is I want you to know, Megan is not sponsored to me. She's not even on any of my 7 levels. She's just a friend of mine I know. She's sponsored to Mike. She's parallel to me. And I just got so excited when I heard that she sponsored 3 people this week. Did anyone else feel that? What?
Right there.
Because I want you guys to start to get as excited as I do when you hear about other people in EXP having success. Not bitter and jealous. Unless competition drives you, fine. I'm really competitive. But get excited for each other's victories because it's showing you it's real. If Megan can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. This is real, guys. All right, thank you. I love it. Love it. You got something else, Megan?
Can I tell you what did it?
Mm-hmm.
I realized I could do it.
How'd you realize that?
Well, I spent a weekend with David and Mike, and I think that'll beat it into your head. But other than that, I started at night. I like doing laundry. As soon as the baby goes down, YouTube goes on the TV, and it's some EXP video. And we're doing laundry, we're doing the dishes. Brady and I are just in the house, like it's just on. So it's like always on, and then we sit down, we take notes. I was up until 1:30, and I made myself go to bed the other night. I was so excited. I started with the 3 napkins, which then went into another Jean video, which then went into another video, and I found myself like glued to the TV. So you have to become obsessed with it. And I think it's just the letting go of it's just like sale, like getting a listing, right? Letting go of that outcome, like the end of it, and just presenting the opportunity.
Write this down. I got lots of good takeaways from Megan here. Ready, guys? Write this down. I'm attached to the process, detached from the outcome. Straight out of the words of John Cheplack's mouth. I'm attached to the process, detached from the outcome. So this is what I heard what Megan just described, guys. 2 things. It wasn't just spending a weekend with David and Mike. It was going to a live event. It was getting to be in state. How many of you have not been to an EXP in-person event ever? Okay, get to one. I know it's COVID, so be COVID safe, whatever that means to you, but get to one because it puts you into a state. You're in that receptive mode, and then you came back out of there and she brainwashed herself. She did. That's what you're doing. You're programming your brain with happy thoughts or EXP thoughts. Like you are falling. You don't go to church to find your faith. You go to church to strengthen your faith. She is watching videos obsessively and taking notes. So how long were you with this company for, Megan, so far? How long have you been at EXP?
18 months.
18 months. And how many were on your front line a couple weeks ago?
3.
3. Does anybody hear themselves in this story? 18 months at the company, 3 people, and then she turned it on. She put herself in state. She got obsessed. 3 people in a week. So Tracy's on, and guys, I know, Ken, you got something. I just want to stay with Megan for a minute. Tracy asked, where did they come from? Because Tracy, by the way, if you're reading the chat, has been totally transparent and authentic, and I love it because Tracy is saying things that a lot of you are thinking that you're too afraid to ask because you're worried you're going to look bad. And Tracy's asking them, and that's why Tracy's going to learn faster than you. So ask questions, right? Just, there's no wrong, like you got to learn somewhere. I didn't know any of this stuff. Mike, how many stupid questions did I ask you when I started?
Couple.
0, because there's no stupid questions.
I was just going to say, were they really stupid? They weren't. They weren't stupid. I asked a lot of questions. I drove Mike nuts. Do you guys think I have potential to drive Mike nuts asking him questions? Right? They weren't really stupid, but to me, they were important. So Mike, he was like, dude, just go sell stuff. All right. Right.
But let's Jesse, let's flip that on you for a minute. How long did it take it for you to get into state too?
Well, I was in state when I first joined for about a month, and I recruited like 3-4 people, and then I got depressed because my sales team was losing money, and I disconnected from you guys, and I stopped talking to anybody about EXP or anything, and I didn't do anything for 6 months. And then I came out of my own, because the way you are on one thing is the way you are on everything. I came out of my own depression. Like in my life, I've had 2 episodes of depression. This is one of them, both triggered by financial stimulus. How many of you guys have ever lost money with your business? God, that sucks, doesn't it? Like, I lost $40,000 in January of 2018. January 2018, I lost 40 grand with my sales team. I ended the year cash flow positive because I ignored my team and I started selling houses and I hustled my butt off. But it caused me to disconnect from recruiting and focus on selling houses. And then when I connected back in, it was probably 9 months into EXP, and I was at an event. Mike and I had a heart-to-heart. Remember that, Mike, standing by the pool in Vegas? And I was just like, yo, you did me wrong. You did this. And Mike was like, well, you were disconnected. And then we hugged it out, and that was it. And then I got plugged in, and I got excited again. And then I went and recruited like 10 people in the next couple of weeks. Because I was just, boom, it's game on. Is this making sense?
Now Jesse's rich.
I wouldn't say rich yet. I told someone the other day, I take a lot of calls at 5:30 a.m. in California. Is anyone on this webinar, raise your hand if you've been on a webinar or a call with me at 5:30 a.m. in California? I got 2, 3, 4.
Today? Does today count?
Yeah. I don't sleep a lot, but I told someone, I don't know if maybe it was Craig or someone I told recently, I said, look, I'm going to stop taking 5 a.m. calls when I hit $1 million a year in rev share. I'm not going to disappear. I'm not going to leave you guys. I'm still all in, but I'll probably stop taking 5. Maybe I'll probably still take them. Let's be honest. I love it. I love what we're doing, but I might not take 5 a.m. calls all the time. So Megan, where'd they come from? And then Ken, if you have a question, I think I don't have anything after this. I can hang for a few minutes. Oh no, I do have something right at 1. Sorry, so I do have to jump off on 1. So Ken, remember your question. Text me. Dominic, you got a quick question. And then Megan, think about where they came from. Dominic, what's your question?
As a new agent, talk about rationing time a little bit. What amount of time do you want to spend towards learning agent attraction, and what time of day versus how much time versus, looking for leads and prospecting?
Well, Dominic, as your sponsor, I'm going to say we should probably talk offline about this because it depends on your personal situation. And for everyone else, I will say, because I sponsor Dominic and I know him, so I'm going to say everybody else, guys, it depends on how much money you need to make today. Selling houses will make you money faster. Revenue share will make you more money in a passive way, but it takes a little bit to build it. And frankly, selling houses, depending on where you're at, you might even make faster making money doing agent attraction. I don't know. It depends on your skills. Like, not, I know for you, Dominic, but for everybody, it depends how good you are at selling houses, your pipeline, all that sort of stuff. Mike, you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So Dominic, just schedule time with me offline. You know my link. Megan, where'd those 2 people, we got 2 minutes. Where'd those people come from?
Sure. Mark came from, before COVID days when people could meet in person, we hosted monthly educational events, and we picked a free location to do it at. Mark came to every single one.
You mean you followed up with him for months and months and months?
September until he's switching tomorrow. So over a year.
You mean a year ago? Yeah, right. So what you're telling me is you didn't meet him and he didn't join immediately, and then didn't just drop him and never talk to him again. You actually built a relationship.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. Another one is somebody who I've known for just a long time, and Mike helped me with this and kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone to help me with that. And I've known her for a long time. So we just worked on that together. And then another one called my cell phone and said, is this the EXP office? And I was like, it sure is. Now it is. And I set an appointment with her for the next day at 9:30. And within 5 minutes, she said, why do people work anywhere else? And how do I sign up? So I literally turned my computer, said, do you need coffee? pulled up the ICA and gave her coffee and walked out of the room. So that is not the norm at all, obviously, but that one, listen, you put it out there and it comes back, right? So I am eat, sleep, breathing right now, agent attraction. And I feel like you attract what you focus on, right? So there it was.
Yeah, guys, I don't need to say anything to wrap this up. Mike, you good? Because that was perfect, Megan. Truly, just go back and rewatch that few minutes of the end of this. Just there, I don't even need to tell you what to take away from it. Megan, I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited. Oh,
Thanks, Dennis.
so good. Guys, enjoy your week. We'll see you next week. Love y'all. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.